Yeah. Okay, 3, 2.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Lillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our salutations and greetings to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, viewers, friends, welcome to your popular show, Ask the Happy Sheikh. Why is it a happy sheikh? Because we have two great happy sheikh sitting right next to me here who will be answering your questions today. So please, without any ado, go on the line and ring the number 0151 260 3986. Or you can send us your question through the Facebook channel, and also go to AQS Media, subscribe the channel, press the bell button, and that will notify you when we come on the air. So we'll be with you for an hour, and please don't miss the opportunity to ask the happy sheikh any questions you may have that you'd like to address. Okay, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Haroon.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Over to you, Sheikh.
Why are we getting called happy sheikhs?
Because we have two lovely happy sheikh here with us in the studio. You're always smiling, you're always happy, and same with Sheikh Waddah as well.
Who've agreed to wear these fezzes, right?
Yes.
So just explain to everyone. I've got my hat here. For some reason it's green, but I don't know why it becomes blue when we go online. But then we got all of these fezzes here, the Moroccan ones, and that's why we got the background as well. But I love this Turkey one. Turkey is Ertugrul, so that's what we're going with Turkey for. And Turkey is now becoming, forget Saudi now. Turkey is the center of the Ummah right now.
MashaAllah. But there's also, Sheikh Haroon, if you could explain the relevance of also where we are sitting at Britain's first mosque. Abdullahquilliam had a direct link with the Ottoman Empire, Sultan Abdul Hamid II, when he became Muslim in 1887. Can you imagine that? 133 years ago. So he had a lot of Turkish hat that was given to him. He had a lot of connection with Turkey, and hence I suppose we're wearing to in memory of Abdullahquilliam, I guess, in some ways.
I suppose so, yeah. So we've just been told by the brother in the background, Dr. Hamid, that we have an original from 1897. Can I wear that next week? I'll wear the original. So yeah, so what our dear beloved happy brother, we're the happy team, right?
Yeah, the three happy Ronnies.
Yeah, the happy Ronnies.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what he mentioned, this masjid was set up, what was the year?
1887 he became Muslim, and he opened the masjid on 25th of December on Christmas Day 1889.
1889. And so even though it was closed for almost a century, but then mashallah, these blessed brothers, they reopened it.
We reopened it after 106 years of closure in June 2014.
And I think the key thing is about trying to connect to the legacy of Sheikh Abdullahquilliam, who as was mentioned, he was actually referred to as Sheikh al-Islam of the British Isles by the Sultan Abdul Hamid, the Khalifa at that time. And that's such a massive honor, because the Khalifa of the Muslim Ummah at that time, when he's calling you the main Imam of the British Isles, that's such a powerful honor. So this message is about representing Sheikh Abdullahquilliam. And that's why just for today, it's not normal, yeah? We're just going to wear these fezzes just for today to revive the spirit of Sheikh Abdullahquilliam, and also just to be happy people, right?
Absolutely. You're wearing...
looking more like Tommy Cooper than Sheikh Abdullahquilliam.
Okay. Now, Sheikh Haroon is representing Turkey here, and myself and Sheikh Waddah are representing Morocco, because Abdullahquilliam became Muslim when he visited Morocco in 1887. To know more about these informations, please go to our website, www.abdullahquilliam.org. You'll have full story, and we're also on the YouTube channel. If you just press Abdullahquilliam Mosque, you'll get so many videos and informations on that as well. But don't forget to subscribe our channel, AQS Media, special channel dedicated for your service. So subscribe the channel, press the bell button. that will remind you when we come on the air. You don't have to worry about it, inshallah. So, Sheikh, we're waiting. Look, we don't want to be talking ourselves, but what we'd like to do is hear your questions. Any burning question you have, any confusion question you have, anything that you'd like to ask the two great Sheikh, this is your opportunity, brothers and sisters. Please come forward. Yes, please interrupt. Yes, of course.
Last week we introduced a gift for what we considered the best question. That went to the young lad, Hamza Lomas, who asked a great question. I'm assuming the Sajada got sent to him, yeah? But we also said to him that he had to phone in today with a question. So Hamza Lomas, I know you're listening. I know you're watching. Because your dad, mashallah, I love your dad a lot, and he listens to this program all the time. So Hamza Lomas, we want you calling in, and there's also everybody else. Even if you just want to comment upon these hats and nothing else, or comment on the background, the Moroccan background. This week the theme is Morocco. Last week it was the Bahama Island.
No one said nothing about that, was it? Last week.
Yeah, no one said anything about that. So anybody's welcome to come and ask. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask those who know if you don't know. And if we don't know, we'll ask those who do know if we don't know. We'll even ask Mumin as well to answer some questions.
Oh, alhamdulillah, I'll do my very best. If it's an ethical one, yes.
Can I just relate a story?
Yeah, please.
I just thought it was a wonderful thing that happened last week.
Yeah.
You did something beautiful for my daughter without realising it.
MashaAllah, did I?
Fatima, yeah. Because last week, I don't know how I got a gift as well. But you gave me like a box.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what was in there? I didn't know what was in it until I went home.
Right.
So I took her home and I said to the kids, this is for you from Abdullahquilliamsociety and from Uncle Mumin. They opened it. Yeah. Ferrero Rocher, right?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
So what was amazing about that is that my wife then said to her, like, you were talking about getting a box of Ferrero Rocher in the morning.
Right.
And it came to your house. And then she told her, like, look at that, Ar-Razaq is Allah.
Allah.
It was a beautiful lesson that she was taught, that she wanted something, and then none of us we're going to go and get it. But it taught her a real lesson, Ar-Razaq Allah, that if Allah wants to bring it to you, He'll bring it to you. However, so mashallah, it's such a beautiful lesson.
Absolutely. On that point, Sheikh, now last week on our...
On that point, what am I getting this week?
Yes, well, this is what I'm going to say. Are you ready, viewers? Do we have the viewers online here watching this? Now, on the Muslims Got Talent show, I think there was a demand from the viewers to say that they were all getting gifts because they were the first people to call into the first segment of the program. Sheikh Haroon did the same. So we asked the question, should Sheikh Haroon get a gift as well? Everyone said yes, he should. Now we have got this beautiful oud mask here. Motis says here, Mo. Okay, anyway, we have got this beautiful athar here for Sheikh Haroon. Here we go. I'm going to ask Sheikh Waddah to present it to Sheikh Haroon, inshallah.
You have to shake hands, yeah?
You have to shake hands.
Yeah.
Accept this with our honor.
Bismillah,
on behalf of all your viewers.
Jazakumullah kulla khair.
Allah takbir,
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir, mashallah.
Right.
Mashallah.
So if you are, a lot of people are online, so please do send us messages through the online program, messages. You can also send the message on my WhatsApp. On the WhatsApp, the number is 07949 921 692. The better thing to do is to give us a call direct on the studio. You'll be able to speak to Sheikh Haroon, Sheikh Waddah on 0151 260 3986. So, brothers and sisters, we are waiting for your call. I think we have a message there from Adam Hatt, who's a very regular and always sending us messages. What does it say? Salam, Sheikh. I told my dad that, what's that? Prawns are haram for, what's that? Hanaphies. But he says his Pir Sahib said it's legit. Can you please tell him you can't eat them? Wow.
Can I go into that?
Yes, of course. Let's go into that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The view of the majority of the imams, Shafi'i, Malik and Ahmed, is that anything from the sea can be eaten. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ صَيْدُ الْبَحْرِ وَطَعَامُهُ مَتَاعًا لَكُمْ وَلِلسِّيَّارَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, everything of the sea is lawful for you. So that's the view of the Jumhur, the majority. Abu Hanifa, and it's called what's it called? Taqyid al-Mutlaq. I think there's a legal term. There's a hadith in which Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, أُحِلَّتْ لَنَا مَيْتَتَانِ الْجَرَادُ وَالسَّمَكِ. Hadith mutawatir or mashhur. It's widely transmitted hadith where And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, 2 dead creatures are lawful for us. One is fish and the second is locust. So Abu Hanifa takes that and says that only fish from the sea is lawful. So he says the ayah is understood with the hadith. The majority said, no, it's anything from the sea. So now the debate amongst the Hanafis is prawn a fish or not? And there you have a split amongst the Hanafis. There are those, particularly the Hanafi ulama from Pakistan and India and Bangladesh, who say it's lawful because it's fish. But then from the Arab world, the Hanafis in Sham, in Iraq, in Jordan, in Egypt, they don't consider it fish. So there's a split amongst even amongst the Hanafis, there's a split. وَاخْتِلَافُ الْأُمَّةِ رَحْمَةً. So where you have a difference, then khalas, leave it. So Adam Hatt, I don't know who you are. I'm still trying to figure out who you are. Leave your dad alone. Leave your dad alone. Just don't go too heavy on him. As long as there's different views, then alhamdulillah, there's wus'a, there's ease.
There's another from brother Sayyidi. Assalamu alaikum.
Muhammad
Mahfuz, yeah. He says, what is the views of doing du'as in front of statues and venerating statues of Muslim politicians who passed away?
That's not allowed.
That's not allowed.
That's not allowed. No. Just as an example, just to mention this again, the Hanafis, they state, if you're praying salah and you have somebody facing you, looking at you straight on, they said it's makruh tahrim, it's severely disliked because yushbihu ibadat as-sanam. It looks like you're worshipping. It looks like you're worshipping that person. So there's no difference whether living or not. You should not be facing a statue or of a politician who's passed away and start making dua in front of yushbih al-ibadah. It looks like you're worshipping, even though you're not. It looks like you're worshipping him. So that should not happen. Wallahu a'lam. Can we sing?
Yes, I think we'll start. Before then, I think what we want to do is question of the day. The best questions that will be asked today. We'll get some gift for us. We have the gifts, surprises ready for you, inshallah. So please call in. The best person who asks the best question gets a gift. And last week it was Hamza Lamos from Lancaster. Lomas, beg your pardon. Yeah. So Hamza Lomas from Lancaster, who received a beautiful prayer mat, which was just happened to be colored in red, but Sheikh Haroon put it down as LFC color. So there you go. Hamza, you will receive that in a day or so. It's in the post for you. So today we have more gifts here. Sheikh Waddah, if you could pass me one of those, please. Let me show our guests. So if you like to show them. Go on. Yeah, got the rest of them.
What's this gift for?
So these are lots of the gifts. We may choose the best person who asks the question. We may decide to give them a gift. Okay, we have loads of gifts. There you go, Sheikh Haroon.
You
hold on. Yeah, to you.
Hold on, I think that was holding the table down. You
now, don't worry about it.
Tilting over.
Yeah, no worries. So please, remember the person who asks the best questions receives a surprise gift from us, inshallah.
So far, although we've only had 2.
Yes.
Adam Hatt's not getting a gift for that prawns question.
No.
But that question about du'as in front of statues, that's a good question.
Okay.
So far, tell Brother Muhammad Mahfuz that you might be getting something in the post.
Unless we have more, a better question. We'll decide at the end of the show who gets that. So let's make a note on that. You are going to, shall we do a nasheed? Shall we?
Bismillah, yeah.
Yeah. Now, because you're not calling in, we're going to go into do a nasheed. So if you can, please call straight away, 0151 260 3986. We're waiting for your call. We're waiting to answer your questions. And the best person who asks the question will receive lots of goodies here. We have got surprise gifts for you, brothers and sisters. So let's go into the nasheed then, Sheikh Haroon.
كلما ناديت ياه قال يا عبدي أنا الله قد كفاني علم ربي من سؤالي واختياري فدعائي وابتهالي شاهد لي بافتقاري فلهذا السر أدعو في يساري وعساري.
We have a call? Okay, we'll interrupt the machine. Let's take the call.
Hello, assalamu alaikum caller.
That's the barakah. Abdul Nasheed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I have a quick question for Sheikh. Is durative trading haram?
Derivative trading.
Yes.
Do you know, I
Derivative.
can't remember. I looked into that a while back. So, from what I remember, roughly, I think there's a problem with it. But I don't want to say definite until I've checked it again. But from what I remember, I think there is a problem with it because I think there's an element of chance with it. And that's almost like gambling, derivative trading. So leave that with me, and inshallah, if you phone back next week, and I'll have an answer for you.
problem.
Inshallah.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Jazakallah.
There's a comment here from Brother Suleiman.
Can I just add this?
Yes.
I love the questions, but I don't know the answer.
We'll get back to you on that.
Make
next.
sure-
No, just because I need to go away and look into it and research. I love those type of questions. Is that
Brilliant.
correct?
That's really good. Brother Suleiman saying, I want to ask something in Arabic, please. Are we okay to do that?
You'd have to translate it for us.
Yeah. Can we do that? Are you okay with that?
Of course.
I'll do the translation. Yeah, I'll do the
Just call in,
translation.
brother, inshallah. Brother
Bismillah.
Sulaiman, call in.
So
Whatever
Sulaiman,
language you want. You've
I
got
think Sulaiman
Bangladesh.
he's from Sham. He's from
Inshallah.
Syria, right? He's got a picture of Jami' al-Umawi there.
La, mashallah.
I think he's from Syria.
Brilliant. Okay, let's just carry on with that. Let's have the next question, which is over there. Please. We have got a lot of people online, so please do ring in with your questions. We have a question from Naseem Adam. Sheikh Waddah, would you like to read that? Okay, let me read it for you. Salam. What advice do you have? Okay, I think, yeah. Okay, I can read it from here. Go on then. Go ahead.
What advice do you have for a person struggling with negative thoughts and thinks there are many tribulations in life and illness is a punishment from Allah?
Okay.
Ya Rabb. Ya Rabb. Hassan dhannaka billah. Hassan dhannaka billah. Always have good opinion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you have to balance it up. When you look into yourself, you see that I'm sahib al-dhunub. I'm always doing wrong. So we're khaif min adhabillah. We're always worried and scared about the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But then we look at maghfiratullah wa rahmatullah. There's always hope. Al-mu'min, he moves between the two wings of al-raja wal-khawf, of fear and hope. Just to relate a qissa, a story. Al-Hasan al-Basri, Imam al-Tabi'een, and he mentioned that he came across a person, i'tazal al-nas, and this is Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, he mentions this, i'tazal al-nas, and he's gone out, now he's not, and then Imam Hasan al-Basri asked him, kayfa tusbih, every morning how do you wake up? He says, I wake up thinking about the wrongs that I do, fa-astaghfirullah, so I ask Allah's forgiveness. Afwan, he said, I wake up thinking about the wrongs that I do, so I go into a state of despair, but then I remember the ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on me, so I always have hope. So he said, I move between hope and fear. And Imam Hasan al-Basri, he says, Anta khayrun minni. He says, you're better than me. So, yes, there's always negative thoughts because we're always doing wrong, we're always failing. Well, and in the khutbah today, we spoke about this, that you should not give up on Allah. When you look at yourself, there's problems. There's always problems. But with Allah, bab rahmatullah is maftuh. The mercy of Allah is always open. So, yes, when you think about negative thoughts and you think about struggles and trials, and we've all got it. You've got it, right?
Absolutely.
You've got
Everyone
it.
goes through
I've got it. We've all got it. We've all got it. But our Lord is the same. There's always hope with Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't struggle too much with it. Just keep on knocking on the door of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Beautiful question.
MashaAllah. That's great. Yeah. Okay. Great. We have another questions on there. We have a question here. Dear Sheikh Haroon, go on then. That's over to you.
I want to sing.
We'll get to your singing.
Can we put it on pause? Allah, Ya Rabb. Ameen. I pray. Subhanallah, Ya Rabb. Subhanallah.
What's the question?
It's not a question.
Oh, it's not a question.
It's not a question. It's just a personal message.
It's a personal message. Oh, right.
It's personal. Subhanallah.
Shall I read it?
No. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you so much for a beautiful message that was sent to Sheikh Haroon from a brother.
In fact, can I ask everybody to do that? Jazakallah khair.
Well, let me just read it then. Dear Sheikh Haroon, may Allah bless you and your family. I pray Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam come and visit you every day in your dream. I pray you drink the blessed water from Rasulullah, bless Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam blessing hand. I pray Allah bring you really, really close to him and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just like how Abu Bakr was close to him. May Allah be pleased with you. MashaAllah. Love from Adam from Oldham. Thank you, brother
That's
Adam.
Mr. Hattam, probably, isn't
from,
it? Well, I mean,
from,
and all I ask is
Oldham.
everybody just make dua for us.
MashaAllah. May Allah guide us all. Here's the question, Sheikh Haroon. Would you like to take that? It's from Azuma Yusuf.
She's my wife's. What is it? My wife's cousin's wife.
So your distant relations.
Yeah, I mean through my wife.
There's another one. Is Mamoon Hanif? And
that's my brother.
That's your brother. He's sending his salam. Thank you, brother Mamoon. Hanif.
He's a joker, man.
Sheikh Waddah. Sheikh Waddah, you know what? I'm getting a bit jealous here because Sheikh Haroon is getting all the comments on there, and you and I are just left. So please say something about us as well. We are in the studio.
You know what it is. You know what it is. You need to wear the turkey hat. That's why.
Is that the difference, yeah? MashaAllah. We're just waiting for everyone's calls, MashaAllah. We've heard, MashaAllah,
okay,
Brother Mumin speak too much, MashaAllah.
Yes, absolutely. Don't worry, I'm only joking about myself. I think Sheikh Haroon is the anchor here. And of course, he deserved all the praises. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
MashaAllah. Beautiful dua. It was deep, MashaAllah.
It was a very beautiful dua. Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody phoning in?
Brother Suleiman's calling.
Suleiman. Ahlan Suleiman. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah.
Suleiman, you can speak English. Come on, you are a boy from this country.
I think he feels more comfortable speaking.
Okay,
in
if you want to put your question in Arabic, please do so.
Well, inshallah, I will ask it in English. That's fine, inshallah.
Okay, thank you. That will help us. It saves me translating.
You know,
not that I know a word of Arabic. There you go. Go ahead, brother Suleiman.
I just want to ask about something that it's a real problem. I want to ask about the online games and about that video games. You know, when you play with people that you don't know, and you know, for me, like as a student, I was studying Islamic studies and that. So I got asked a lot of questions about it. And is it haram? And why? Because you know,
is it haram to play the online games? Is that what you're asking? Is it haram?
Yeah. So I got asked a lot of questions about it. Is it haram or is it no? Because you know, the child end up being addicted to it. So and they spend too much hours on it. So they miss they miss the prayer, they miss reading Quran and stuff like this. And you know, especially this this with the online games, you talk with people that you don't know. And I know some people that I know personally that, and unfortunately they end up with being with a relation boy and a girl and a boy, you know. And actually, you know, other than that, they spend too much money on it. Too much money is and this why people say it's haram. And you know, it has you know, it's about tortoise games, so lots of shooting and guns and stuff like this. So, you know, I don't want to, I'm not a mufti because the Prophet said, أجرأكم على الفتوى أجرأكم على النار ومن أفتى بغير علم فليتبع مقعده من النار. So I don't want to, you know, say haram or no haram. I just want to know the right answer.
طيب Suleiman, can we summarize back the question?
No, so he's basically asking about games that you're playing online, whether it's an Xbox Live maybe, or even online games that you spend money on at the same time. But he's also asking about the violence. And is it a thing that we should be pushing our kids maybe to do or to not do? As the Prophet ﷺ, what is the guidance of the Prophet ﷺ?
Suleiman, there's a hadith which is da'if. It's a hadith da'if, which some of the imams they use as a basis for the answer to this. لست من الدد ولا الدد مني ومعنى الدد اللعب واللهو لست من الدد ولا الدد مني لست من اللعب واللهو ولا اللعب واللهو مني. So based upon some of the imams, they said hurma. They said hurma, it's forbidden to play any games unless there's nas from a Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam about that, archery and horse riding, swimming. These are spoken of by a Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And even those games, when you look at the games that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he encouraged, they're all about jihad. They're all about preparing people to go to war. It wasn't just amusement and play. It was about getting men ready to go and fight fi sabilillah. So that's on one side. That's the view some of the Imam. Other Imams, like Imam al-Shafi'i rahimahullah ta'ala, he holds on the qa'id, on the principle of asl fil ashya wal umur al-ibaha. All things are lawful, so therefore games are lawful, even though they may not be encouraged. Games are lawful as long as there's no haram involved in it. And what you're talking about is games where there's haram involved in it. Like, so for example, wasting of money, wasting of time, getting involved with, I think you said something about girls as well. I couldn't hear you clearly. Promoting violence. Like those all would push it towards hurma, would push it towards haram. Can we say categorically haram? Yeah, there should be some ihtiyat within that, some caution within that.
I think one thing as well, Sheikh, sorry, just about that, is he's trying to ask as well, because there's interaction now. When you play online games, you can literally talk to people and you build up relationship with them, you speak to them. Like your mates every day, you'll speak to them on a regular basis.
Yeah. So that adds to it. So in of itself, and if he's there to, on the view of many of the Imams, you wouldn't say it's haram. But they said if there are certain things associated which make it haram, then yeah. So when you look at that online games and all of what you mentioned, and it's at the least it's makruh, if not falling within haram. Wallahu a'lam.
MashaAllah. Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you, Brother Sulaiman, for your questions. You like that
We've got him down.
I'll put him down.
He wins everything, you know, this guy. MashaAllah. He wins everything normally.
Okay,
no. Shouldn't have said that.
Just to remind you, Brother Sulaiman takes part in the Muslims Got Talent. Brothers and sisters, we do have a program which is called Muslims Got Talent every Thursday at 6 p.m. It's designed to encourage children up to the age of 16 to take part in Quranic recitation, nasheed, hadith, art, calligraphy, and storytelling. So if you'd like to join us every Thursday at 6 p.m., that'd be good.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, no.
Can Sulaiman come back on? Sulaiman, if you're still listening, come back on. Like Sheikh Waddah told me that you're a munshid.
Beautiful nasheed he's got. Yeah, he's.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, because I'm just like playing around. But if we've got a proper munshid, Bismillah, come on and sing for us, please.
Okay. If you're listening, Brother Sulaiman, please ring in with one of your nasheed. We'll join in as well.
If not, then I'm going to keep on mashing it all up.
Okay. There we go. Right. Okay. That's fine. So shall we carry on with I have a question to ask you, but shall we finish your nasheed first? Shall we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a long one, so.
Okay.
Let's just do his nasheed or listen to you, Mumin.
Well, we got one question. Then answer the question, shall we? It's from your... long distance sister.
She's also a student of ours in Madrasa.
Okay, so. Sister Azuma has asked a question. We've got one.
Let's go back to that.
Let's go to Sister Uzma, please. Sorry, Azuma.
Let's just go back to that question.
Okay, we've got loads of questions on our Facebook.
Uzma, yeah. So the question there regarding etiquette around the deceased, can you recite Quran around the deceased and saying before the ghusl has been performed? So she studied Hanafi fiqh. With the Hanafi fiqh, it's makruh to read around the person and to sat next to him to read Quran. He said because jasad al-mayyit is najis. It's impure up until the body's been washed. And reading Quran close to something that's impure is makruh. So up until the body is washed, the Ahnaf with Abu Hanifa, they said just read away from where the body is, but sat next to it and then read it. There's karaha within that. It's makruh.
If we have a call, we'll take the call. We'll interrupt the questions and we can take the call. Okay, I think we have a call, Sheikh, before your nasheed. Let's take the call. Sheikh Waddah, would you like to do that?
That's what it is.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Haroon. It's Naveed from Halifax. How are you doing? You okay?
Oh, Naveed, mashallah. This is Mr. Turkey, man. Have you got a turkey ready for your Christmas meal? A'udhu billah. You know what? Hey, Naveed, Rizwan, he messaged me today, and for some reason we got onto a discussion about Christmas turkey, and then you phoned.
Well, there we go. So are we invited to the turkey?
No. I'm telling you, not to have turkey.
Don't have turkey.
Don't encourage him.
We'll have the Indian style way, the Arabian way. We'll grill it and make a curry out of it.
Naveed,
anyway, let's. We've answered the other question, have we?
No, he's still on, isn't he?
Okay, Sister Azum. Oh, he's on. Go on, Brother Naveed. What's your question?
Yeah, I just had two questions. So I've got my son Yusuf. He's 7, going on 8. And I'm obviously, he's been praying for a while with myself, but it was just a question around when to sort of introduce Sunnah prayers to him, in the sense that I guess it's about
not overburdening it at this age in terms of, you know, he reads the first prayers with us, but then obviously I just let him off with the sunnahs. But I guess it's at what age do you introduce them?
That's a great
Is
question.
it not gradual?
Do you catch? That's a good question, because from the age of 7 onwards, that you have your children praying, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us, "Muru awladakum bis-salati 'inda sab'in." Order your children to pray from the age of 7. So Naveed's question, even though, you know, should cut him out because he's a United fan as well.
Oh,
You don't think
he's
that's
certainly
it?
not getting anything then. is he?
Yeah, no prizes for him. It was a good question, but you're not getting anything. So,
Listen, you're
yeah,
ready
so
to
he's
ready
asking,
United
when
today,
should you start introducing them to praying sunnahs as well?
Right.
So yeah, you get them praying fard from the age of 7 onwards. But then at the same time, as long as you feel it's not going to drive them away from prayer, get them praying the sunnahs as well, so they get into the habit from the very beginning. Because then the whole point is that they don't need to pray until they're baligh, until they're adults. But this is just about you training them into prayer. And so like, if you now tell them you just need to pray the fard, and now that they're baligh, the adults, now you tell them, now you got to pray your sunnahs, which is something like totally... So it's good without pushing it too much. The fard you should push heavily, but without pushing it too much, try and encourage them to pray sunnahs as well.
Brilliant.
I just got a follow-up question, Sheikh. So just related to prayer again. So as he's learning his full prayer, especially like the shahad and everything else, and especially with my daughter as well, I find myself sometimes with like the silent prayers, or even if he is reading sunnahs with me, I'm sort of reciting it slightly louder. So it's not as loud as I would with the fard prayers in Jama'at, but it's just slightly louder. Is that permissible? Just so that he can learn and understand what I'm saying, and like, you know.
Sorry, Naveed, are you praying in Jama'ah with them? Or are you praying yourself and they're praying themselves and you're just reading slightly loud?
Well, if we're reading Zohar, for example, silent prayer, but even in like sujood and ruku, where, you know, my young one, Zara, she's 4 years old, and if I'm just reciting slightly loudly, so whispering loudly, if you like, just so that she understands what I'm reading in ruku or sujood or in tashahhud.
Yeah, so there's no harm in that, because according to the view of the majority of the imams, reading loud and silent is sunnah. Abu Hanif says it is wajib, but according to the view of the majority. And there are some reports, like to say, Umar, he would read some parts aloud, and there's somebody who just become Muslim just so that they could hear it. So there's no harm in that, in doing that. Allahu A'lam.
Do I get a prize, Sheikh, for the good questions?
Do I get a prize?
We'll let you know at the end of the...
Unless you declare King Klopp is the real king. King Klopp, are you gonna pronounce your loyalty to Klopp? I didn't even hear that. Just get him off, man. Cut him off.
Too loyal to them, isn't it?
Cut him off, man. Just get him off. Ma'as-salam. See you later, bro.
Thank you so much, United fan, brother Naveed. Don't worry, I'll support you from the back if you are a real supporter.
Excuse me, sir. If you're talking like that, we'll get rid of you as well.
Oh, right. I'm wearing a blue here, by the way.
On good behavior here.
On good behavior. Okay, thank you, Sheikh. Okay, so there is a question from Talhad Rashid. Says, Sheikh, what's with the turkey hat? Very quick answer on that one.
Talat is, he's a friend from a long time now, for over 20 years. He calls me Sheikh H.
Sheikh H. And that's a good one, isn't it, Sheikh H?
It's better than what little Kamal, from Rolder calls me.
Oh, yeah.
Sheikh Harry Potter.
Oh, Sheikh Harry Potter.
Because the specs, he's convinced they look like Harry Potter.
Of course, yes, absolutely.
What's with the turkey hat?
Yeah.
Now, we're doing the fezzes today, yeah? That was our deal.
Yeah.
And there was a turkey one line there, so I just thought that looks better than this, so I'll go with that.
But also, Abdullahquilliam was given the Sheikhul Islam title when he had the relationship with the Ottoman Empire, Sultan Abdul Hamid II. He was the last Caliphate of the Muslim ruling world, to be honest. And he was given the title of Sheikhul Islam of British Isles, that is. Hence, we have linked with Turkey. This masjid, the oldest mosque in Britain, have linked with the Turkey. Hence, Sheikh Haroon is representing Abdullah.
So we're representing Sheikh Abdullahquilliam, he's Sheikh al-Islam. Can we be called Sheikh al-Islam as well?
Of course, you will be called Sheikh al-Islam.
No.
And
so the
Sheikh
Khatib
al-Islam,
is the Khatib of his masjid.
I think we can take over. Obviously,
Sheikh al-Islam and Qadi al-Qudat or some other title.
Well, I mean, we can't ask Sheikh Abdullahquilliam whether he should confer his title to you because he's not with us.
I'm taking it now.
You take
official
it, okay.
Sheikh al-Islam.
I'll sign it off.
So next week it's Ask Sheikh al-Islam.
Okay. Sheikh al-Islam H. Right, the next question is, it's quite a good one here from Al-Taisin Mosque. Sheikh Haroon, take that Are we?
Sheikh Waddah, do you wear specs normally?
I do know
You
wear
can't see
specs
them.
normally.
Yeah.
but-
So the question, excellent question, and it's on the back of Naveed, the previous one who has his turkey. Are we allowed to eat a roast on Christmas Day? People don't celebrate but have dinner on that day. First of all, you know, this Christmas Day this year is on Jumu'ah. It's actually a Friday, Christmas. As a general thing, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam forbade us from tashabbuh بغير المسلم من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم حشر معهم أو كما قال. Whoever imitates a people will be with them, is one of them, will be raised with them. And that's particularly in umur diniya, in religious matters. And Christmas Day is still a religious festivity for most people, for most Christians, even though it's become commercialized. So we should be careful. Yes, families get together, and it's holiday time and stuff like that. But then to start having like a Christmas tree in your house and you have a Christmas dinner at home, it's not, no. If you're just gathering and you happen to be gathering, it's all good having a meal because it's a Friday and everybody's off and so on. But we should try and make a point of Khalif al-Mushrikeen, Khalif. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us, be different to the unbeliever, especially in matters of religion. And this is a matter of religion. So, Wallahu, and you're having a roast turkey? No. Having a meal together, it's a Friday, everybody's off, then Bismillah. Bismillah.
MashaAllah, thank you for that. Okay, there's another one. There's one from Brother Fahim Khalil. Brother Fahim has actually moved to Cambridge, to the Muslim college, studying Islamic studies there. Now, what's his questions? Salam Sheikh, many thanks for your time today. What is the significance of studying Kalam as a science of Islamic studies, where the Imam Ghazali in his Ihya al-Muddin,
Book 2, Qawa'id al-Aqa'id, Chapter 2, mentioned that the majority of the Imams of the four madhabs vehemently criticize the Mutakallimin and prioritize spending time on Quran and Hadith study. It would be of great benefit for us if there's any clarification you may have. طيب, a simple answer.
Very academic question.
That must be his assignment, you know. He's sending you his assignment.
Is that what it is, Fahim?
He probably is.
Fahim?
You have to pay it to the answer now.
Yeah, he's gone down to Cambridge, man.
That's
Fahim,
right,
mashallah,
yes.
mashallah. Assalamu alaikum to you, Fahim, mashallah. I love Fahim.
Credit to him for his achievement.
MashaAllah.
Allah Akbar, it's great, mashallah. He's such a passion for studying,
Absolutely,
mashallah.
absolutely.
Especially Arabic, mashallah. The real love for Arabic. So just a quick answer to that. I myself at the moment on some online classes are teaching a book in Aqidah of Ilm al-Kalam, theology by Imam al-Ghazali called Al-Iqtisad fi al-I'tiqad, moderation in Aqidah. And he goes deep into Ilm al-Kalam. He goes deep into theology. So what Imam al-Ghazali here in his Ihya is speaking about is in the generation of the Salaf, the first three generation, the generation of the A'immat al-Mujtahideen. That was a time when there was no falsafa, the philosophy, the Greeks hadn't come in, and the kufr of the malahida, the atheists, that hadn't really spread in the ummah. They were still relatively pure in terms of transmission. So at that time, there was no real need for it. And that's why the imams, they forbade it. They told people they shouldn't get into it. Then you had the generation of Al-Ash'ari and Al-Maturidi and Ibn Farouk and others who came later, Al-Baqillani, Al-Ghazali himself. And in a time where the exposure to kufr widened, they now start going into ilm al-kalam to answer and to protect the faith of the believers. So what Imam al-Ghazali there is speaking about is about a people who've never been exposed to kufr of that nature. So, and all of us have been exposed to bid'ah and kufr in our aqidah, so it's needed. Ilm al-kalam is needed. Imam al-Ghazali himself, Fahim, why is he called Hujjat al-Islam, the proof of Islam? Because he mastered the science of theology and refuted and he answered them. So each one is in, they were in a time where there was no exposure to that, no need to deal with it. Then came a time when kufr became widespread and the falsafa of the Jews, the philosophy of the Greeks crossed the ummah and confused people. That's why we have ilm al-kalam. Wallahu a'lam. That was a deep question.
That was a deep question from a very academic, a new academic lad, isn't it? Sheikh, we have a question. Read the chapter first before you answer.
No, always let me sing.
They're not going to allow you to sing, are they? So while Sheikh Haroon is reading the message to himself, brothers, please don't forget to ring the studio line 0151 260 3986, or you can post your questions on the YouTube channel, make your comments on the YouTube channel as well as on the Facebook. So yes, go ahead, Sheikh Haroon.
It's a great question. Peppa Pig. It's about Peppa. I'm not joking. So I'll read it all out. This brother says, my wife has a question. We have a 2-year-old son. He watches kids' channels, but he started to notice Peppa Pig, and he's confused why we ask him to change the channel during that show. He also sees other kids with Peppa toys, and I've noticed other sisters buy Peppa teddies for their children. Is it haram if he watches Peppa Pig? Or are we doing the right thing by keeping away from that kind of television? Yeah. And I don't know, Mumin, if you were raised on this culture where you're not even allowed to say the word and you have to spell it as PIG instead of pig.
Yes, that's right. I've heard of this.
Is that what you do with Hamza? No. Yani, first of all, yes, pig is najis al-ayn. Najis al-ayn. Aw lahma khinzirin fa'innahu rijs. The view of some of the imams is that pig is inherently impure. But that's eating pig. And that's the najas, that's impurity. Like watching a cartoon about pigs and getting teddies about pigs, there's no hurmah within that. There's no Allah. So there's no reason that you have to switch it over. It's not the same as like some indecent exposure on television or even alcohol and so on. That's something. Indecent exposure is something different. You want to protect them. But alhamdulillah, that is one thing that's instilled with Muslims. Even the worst Muslims, the one who's clubbing, who's going out with women, they don't touch bacon. They'll never touch pig. So there's no need to go that far.
Okay, we have a. Right, it's okay. I'll disconnect that.
Ya habibi, ya. Johnny,
Right, Sheikh, one more.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Read it before you answer it, please. Keep ringing. The phone line is 01512603986, or send us your questions on our Facebook or make your comments on the YouTube channel. We will get all this. Thank you, brother Fahim said. Allah bless you, Sheikh, and all the other brothers. Jazakumullah khair. Now we have lots of for the Sheikh Waddah is going to go on. The best question of the day will receive some gift. We're not going to disclose what it is. It's a surprise gift. But show them.
We've got so many gifts.
You can disclose it, but we're not going to say.
You get one of the hidden gifts, I think. But these are the ones that you can have. This is the Quran with the tajweed, mashallah. All in different colours. It'll be easier for you, inshallah, to pick up the tajweed for your kids as well. And we've got loads of these are the hidden gifts that Uncle Mu'min's wrapped, mashallah.
Yeah. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I've forgotten. There's so many.
There's a call coming on your phone if you want to check.
Okay, is there a call on my phone? No, I can talk to him later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Okay,
answer this one. Let's take that.
Okay.
The lines are very busy, so please be patient with the calls. We got lots of comments on the Facebook. Shall we answer that one? Would you be able to?
Yeah,
yes,
it's a sensitive question, which is good.
It is, yeah.
And I'm going, before reading it, this brother Ahmed, he's going to get the gift. So, he says, I work with a few people who are in a same-sex relationship. I have told them that I am a Muslim and I do not agree with their lifestyle. However, they still talk to me about their relations, which makes me uncomfortable. How can I ask them to be respectful to my beliefs without discriminating against them? The fitna of this time, one of the fitna of this time is like homosexuality becoming normal and accepted amongst people, and Muslims are getting exposed to that, and it's getting forced down people's throats that even kids in schools are. So there has to be a stand that's made that we need to inform people that you're free to do whatever you want. La ikraha fi d-din. We're not imposing, we're not enforcing anything. But at the same time, we don't agree with that. It's a fundamental part of our sharia, of our way, that we don't agree with that. So respectfully, you do your own thing. Just don't push it down my face, and don't in a sense force me to have to accept what you're doing, because we consider it as khubth. That's foul and that's filth. You don't want to say that to them because it'll probably cause bigger problems for you. But you must make it clear to them that it's not that you respect them. You shouldn't. We don't respect haram and kufr. We don't respect that. It's just that we accept. Lakum dinukum waliya din. You have your way. You have your practices. Mm-hmm. We have our own faith. We have our own standards. So you do what you do. We do what I do. What we do. Allah.
That's a beautiful answer. So there's one about tasbih, Sheikh. Can we just take that one, Hamza? It says here they've had a. Oh, there it is. It's on the screen there.
If you've had a tasbih used or blessed by a big Sheikh, ash tea. So the question comes from Ash T.
Interesting name.
If you had a tasbih used or blessed by a big sheikh, then are you allowed to give that away if someone asks for it, or should you keep hold of such items? It's a good thing. Tabarruk bi athar as-salihin. So taking blessings from the... Just to mention that, because some people have a problem with that. What are you doing there? And it began, Tabarruk bi athar as-salihin, taking the blessings of the righteous. That's in the Quran, Qamis Yusuf. The shirt of Yusuf alayhi salam, arsilhu. Yusuf alayhi salam says to his brothers, send it to the father and his sight will come back. And that's from the shirt of Yusuf. Like, what is it about the shirt, the qamis of Yusuf? It's come into contact with his body, put it onto his face, his sight will come back. So athar as-salihin are blessed. And so yes, there's blessings, and a person who's known to be salih, known to be a righteous person, if he does dhikr of Allah and something, and then you want to take the barakat of it, that's blessing, that's good. But there's no reason that you must keep it. There's no reason. There's no harm in giving it and sharing it with somebody else. Wallah.
Jazakumullah khair. Sheikh Haroon, you got the Yusuf Lamus. Hamza Lamus' dad has replied. So if you like to... Lamus, sorry.
Yusuf, mashallah. So wanting to name Yusuf. Okay, he said Hamza, his school was closed last week due to the flood. Today he's in school. Ameen ya Rab. Mashallah. Allah.
Okay, so there we go. Another one. I think that was on the screen.
It's on the screen.
It's on the screen. Take it on the screen, yeah.
So Hassan Qadri asked the question, in the scenario where you have multiple solutions or opinions to a given problem, does that equate to moral relativism? For instance, if you have multiple ijtihads on one issue, are all ijtihads correct? And if so, does it equate to moral relativism? Oh, it's another deep one, this one.
All right, okay.
It's a Fahim type of question.
Okay.
Can you go back and keep that on there?
Well, is he another scholar?
Sorry,
another academic student.
It sounds like... Just a quick answer.
Yeah. Hassan Qadri.
So this is discussed in books of usul and aqidah. And هل الحق متعدد أو واحد? Is the right, is the truth multiple or one? جمهور أهل السنة, يعني pretty much all within of the madhahib, they stated الحق واحد, that the right answer is one, but the mujtahideen will not know for certain what that right answer is. وَالْكُلُّ مُصَاب مَأْجُور. And so every mujtahid imam will be rewarded. So a simple thing, does touching a woman break your wudu or not? So one view says yes it does, the other view says which is it? We'll never know, because the dalil from Quran and Sunnah is not clear. Is there one right answer with Allah? Yes there is, but we'll never know that. And that's why we have mujtahideen, and whatever they say, they will be rewarded for it by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to be careful. Like some people now saying he's right and he's wrong. No, you don't know. You don't know. Leave it to those imams. They're trying to figure out what's right. In the end, there is one right answer.
MashaAllah. Let's get back to while we are waiting for the call. We've got loads of people online. Now we are waiting for your call. Please call 0151 260 3986 to speak to Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah direct. Let's take a question from Sarah K. Sheikh. Salam, Sheikh. Go on.
So Sarah K is asking, since most women will be in hellfire, how can women attain piety and fulfill the right to a husband? And here, first of all, just a correction, that statement is not correct.
Right.
It's not most women will be in hellfire. Most of the inhabitants of hellfire will be women. There's a difference between the two. So it's not most women go to hellfire. It's most men will go into hellfire. Most men, because...
Most like the mankind as human beings.
Yeah, no, it's both. Most men and women, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, I've forgotten the ayah, but he says something along that lines. So it's not most women go into hellfire, most inhabitants of hellfire. And then when Sahabiyat asked the Prophet about that, he raised the 2 points. Yakfurna al-ashir. They're ungrateful towards their husbands. يكثرن اللعن ويكفرن العشير. They curse a lot. And so the Prophet, he's pinpointed exactly what the issue is. It's not women will struggle, for example, to always listen to their husbands, but the key there, don't deny what your husband's done for you. يكفرن العشير, saying you've never done anything for me. You've never done anything for me. That's where the danger comes into place. Wallahu a'lam.
MashaAllah, thank you so much. Let's go back to your nasheed. We haven't had one, and the program is we're nearly running out of time here. We're really running out of time. I had a question to ask you, but let me see if we get any space in between after your nasheed, maybe.
قال يا عبدي أنا الله يا إلهي ومليكي أنت تعلم كيف حالي وبما قد حل قلبي من هموم واشتغالي فتداركني بلطف منك يا مولى الموالي يا كريم الوجه غثني قبل أن يفنى اصطباري قد كفاني علم ربي من سؤالي واختياري. Just before a question, can you just explain the chorus
Yes,
line
of
here?
course, please do.
قد كفاني علم ربي من سؤالي واختياري. This is Imam al-Haddad's poem, which is actually taken from the words of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he's about to be thrown into the fire of Namrud, Jibreel alayhi salam comes down to him and asks him, هل لك حاجة إلي? Do you have anything from me? Anything that you need? And his answer is no. He says, علمه بحالي يغنيني عن سؤالي. Allah knowing what I'm going through, he said, no, I don't need you. I don't need you. And that's why Imam al-Haddad, and then as he's thrown in, حسبنا wa ni'mal wakil, حسبنا. And then Allah subhanahu said to the fire, كوني بردا وسلاما على إبراهيم. So that's why Imam al-Haddad, he says, قد كفاني علم ربي من سؤالي واختياري. Allah knows about what I'm going through, so I don't need to ask anything. That's the highest. That's the highest.
Yes.
Like we're not Ibrahim alayhi salam. We need to make dua.
Yeah.
Ibrahim alayhi salam is at the highest level of iman. He says, I'm not even asking you, Jibreel, to help me. Allah knows what I'm going through. He'll take care. He'll take care of me.
How strong the belief
What a
is.
belief.
Yeah.
What a belief.
That's why he's Khalil al-Rahman.
Yes.
That's why he's, according to some Imams Aqidah, he's the second greatest human being after Nabi Sayyidina Ibrahim
Alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Right, I have a message here. Let's just read this one first.
No, we're going there. Isa Dar.
Okay.
Islam. I heard that Habib Ahmed Mashur al-Haddad recommended one of the best tafsirs to read Imam al-Nasafis. You know, it is Abu Hafs al-Nasafi or Abu al-Barakat al-Nasafi. It'll be Abu al-Barakat al-Nasafi, because that's the tafsir that's mashhur of al-Nasafi. So that will be Abu al-Barakat al-Nasafi. Abu Hafs al-Nasafi has a longer tafsir. Abu al-Barakat al-Nasafi, his tafsir is shorter, and it's a summary of Kashaf of Imam al-Zamakhshari. So that's, Wallahu alam, that's the one Ahmed Mashur al-Haddad is referring to. Wallahu alam.
Okay, can I give you this one, Sheikh?
Dear Sheikh, I have a question. I have learning difficulties, attention deficit, hyperactivity, moderate mental retarded, understanding problems. I'm 25 years old. Do you think with my illness could it be easy for me to get married or hard? Jazakallahu khairan. That's a difficult question, and I'm not really qualified to speak about such type of condition. So, is it easy to get married or not? It's zawaj min Allah ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one who will provide. Let's not forget that our partners are rizq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Husband and wife are rizq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you're worried about that, and inshallah you desire to get married like all people do, just take a word of the dua of Musa alayhi salam, Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin faqir. That's the word. That's what all of the ulama, they advise. Someone's looking to get married, read this dua. It's in Surah Al-Qasas. Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin faqir. فجاءته إحداهما. He made this dua, فاء للتعقيب. Straight away the woman comes. As soon as he makes that dua, straight away the woman comes, the daughter of Sayyidina Shu'aib alayhi salam. So I advise you, and all of those who are looking to get married, يعني أكثروا من دعاء سيدنا موسى عليه السلام كليم الله. Read this law. ربي إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير.
Translate it for them, Sheikh. It's beautiful.
Shall we read that,
Rabbi
Sheikh?
inni.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Did your wife watch this?
No.
Although don't forget the space of 2, 3, and 4, right?
All right.
I'm just trying to get the reference. It's in Surah Al-Qasas. Surah Al-Qasas. Ayah number, Allahumma salli alayhi. Ayah number 24. Surah Al-Qasas, ayah number 24. Where Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, and the two daughters, Sayyidina Shu'aib alayhi salam, he sees them there and he helps them. But then something enters into heart towards one of them. So he makes a dua, my Lord, I am faqir, I am in need of what you sent to me. So he sees this woman and he has niyyah tayyiba, a pure intention, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends her back through her father Shu'aib, and then eventually gets married to her.
MashaAllah.
So read that a lot.
Fantastic. If we don't have any more questions on the screen, it says, where does the Indo-Pak Quran script originate from? Brother Javed Chowdhury has asked.
Where does the Indo-Pak? Do you know, it's called, I know what it's called. It's called the Mughal script. The Mughal script.
Right.
So it's quite a recent thing, but I don't know the details of that. Just to add as well, the gift that's going to get given is in the Indo-Pak Quran script, but it has like color-coded tajweed, which has become a new feature within many masahif. But where it originates, I'll look into that. I don't know the answer to that. Jazakallah khairan. So I'll look into see where it originates. So I've got two things now to look to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, this is what we're here for. This is we have a call. Let's Sheikh Waddah, please.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Who am I speaking to?
Brother Sulaiman.
Sulaiman.
Brother Sulaiman, yes.
You want to do the nasheed?
Yes,
Bismillah. Sulaiman, and which nasheed are you going to sing for us that we can join in with?
I'm not a professional munshid. I'm just like to do nasheed.
Yeah, as
So my voice
same
is
as
not
me,
very
but
good.
I've been told your voice is nice.
Jameel, mashallah. So Jameel. عنده.
Bismillah. So whether you're a munshid or not, you can sing. Bismillah, let's sing.
Inshallah. I've got this nasheed. It's called Al-Haqqa Tashtaqu Ilayhi. You know it?
What's it called?
Al-Haqqa Tashtaqu Ilayhi.
هل حقا تشتاق إليه؟
Bismillah, I don't know, but do you know يا نسيم الورد?
No, I don't know this one.
طيب, anyway, Bismillah, let's go with what you're singing.
Let's take it for 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes. We are running out of
Start
time.
singing, Sulaiman. على بركة الله. تفضل.
بسم الله. الحقا تشتاق إليه ترجو أن تسقى بيديه أخم أنف الظلم وقلها صليت اليوم عليه الفائز حقا من صلى والخاسر من عنه تخلى قلت يا مبغض أحمد غلا قد صلينا اليوم عليه هل حقا تشتاق إليه ترجو أن تسقى بيديه أظم أنف الظلم وقلها قد صليت اليوم عليه بشر النصائر مسالته أيضا لمحارب سنته نشر النصر لمكانته أيضا لمحارب سنته رب ارحمنا بشفاعته قولوا صلى الله عليه هل حقا تشتاق إليه ترجو أن تسقى بيديه أغل أنف الظلم وقلها هل صليت اليوم عليه صلى الله عليه وسلم.
MashaAllah. Takbir. He's only 16 years old, Sheikh.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah khairan, Sulaiman. MashaAllah.
That's really good.
What are we doing now? We got any more
Okay,
questions? Or we finished?
So we're going to finish in about...
We're not singing your song, Balagh al-Ula?
Yes, I think we should do it.
That's
now.
become
I think we should
like
do
a
that
permanent
after
fix.
we finish. I want
But
to
everybody's got to join in now because we're doing some
Oh yeah, please join in, dear viewers. Yes, please join in.
بلغ العلا بكماله كشف الدجى بجماله صلوا عليه وآله صلوا عليه وآله. I'm start a line there. حسن جميع خصال. Let's do it again. بلغ العلا بكماله كشف الدجى بجماله حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله صلوا عليه وآله
MashaAllah. So we're coming towards the end of the program, brothers and sisters. We're going to have the question of the day. Who are we going to pick, Sheikh Haroon? What do you think was the question of the day?
Quite a few today.
There's been quite a few. We had Mahfouz, was it? The one with the Arabic, yeah. And then we had Suleiman, we had Azuma. You said Naveed Ahmed. Also
no, he was good, but no, he's not getting one. He's a United fan.
Oh, United fan. Oh, wow. Well, if you change your colour, you probably win one.
I told him he's got to come on and say King Klopp is the king.
Okay, right. Do you have anyone in mind? Or I mean, if we don't have the brilliant question of the day, do we have to give them the prize if we think they haven't asked the right level?
No, there's been loads.
There's been loads.
Too many.
I can't remember which ones. Suleiman's was excellent, but you're saying he's getting gifts all the time, yeah?
Does that disqualify him?
The multiple
he deserves them, mashallah.
Fahim's was very good as well.
Yeah,
can you scroll through them just to see? Let's go just have a look. So, no, the prawns one, no. Adam's not getting anything for that one. So, Muhammad Mahfouz, that was an excellent question.
Yeah.
Allahumma salli alayhi. Yeah, Naseem, that was the one. Naseem.
Struggling with negative thoughts.
Naseem Adam. I'm going with that one. Yeah.
Okay.
That was somebody who's like negative thoughts and.
Yeah, that was good.
Naseem Adam. So
Naseem Adam, can you send a message in with your details, or have you got his number?
Yes, no, I don't have his number. So, brother Naseem Adam, can you please on my WhatsApp number? There's my mobile number there, 07949 921 692. If you could send me your name and address, and we'll send the gift to you. We're giving the Quran. If you just explain that one again, Sheikh Waddah. So you have one this
Tajweed coordinated Quran.
Tajweed
that we've got. It's all in different colours, easier to read, inshallah. And what text is it, Sheikh Haroon?
It's called the Mughal script, which is the Indo-Pak script of the Quran.
Yes. Which still people can read. I used to read that as a child because that's the only one I can read, actually, to be honest. Okay, that's fine. Now, my question was what inspired you to become the Islamic scholar? To both of you, the speakers.
It's true that Sheikh Haroon have always wanted that.
But I suppose, what was it that made you to become an imam, an Islamic scholar, a teacher, Sheikh Haroon? Do we have time to take that question?
It's a story.
Shall we leave that for next?
We need an episode for that.
Okay, viewers, do you want to know what inspired Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah to become what they are, our spiritual leaders? Would you like to know today, or would you like to know next week? The question is, should they answer the question now, that what inspired them to become the Islamic scholar, that we are so fortunate to have them in our community? If you say quickly, if we get people saying yes, I will get them to answer it. Or we can leave that till next week, inshallah.
No,
Something to look forward to, that.
Hold on, are we voting on something here?
I think they're voting. He's getting people to vote.
Okay, well,
I think we should. Let's get a vote. Would they? Oh, we have a thing. This isn't a question, but a message from student of Sheikh Haroon. If you like to. While we are waiting for your vote, Sheikh Haroon going to read a message. No, not reading that. Okay. Shall I read it? Okay. This isn't a question about message from. This isn't a question, but a message from student of Sheikh Haroon. Allah bless Sheikh Haroon and his family. After sitting with him and Sheikh Ibrahim at Micro, they give you real love for the religion. Allah preserve them both and make them as happy as possible and as close to Allah and His beloved Prophet ﷺ as possible. It's hard to explain how all the students feel about them, both in words. So you are absolutely going then.
No, can I add a comment on before
yes,
that?
okay, do that.
Jazakallah kullu khair. Everyone who's taken anything, may Allah bless you all. But just one thing that we took from our Mashaykh. Now we're in a time where people need to fall in love with Allah and His Messenger. Because we were raised just like getting beaten, and part of the reason why people are just like gone off the rails, and unfortunately some even fall into kufr, is because they always had a bad experience. So that's why, like, when you come, somebody comes new, somebody fresh, somebody doesn't know anything, you just got to make them fall in love with Allah, with the Nabi, with Quran, because everything out there, and he's just making people hate Islam. There's so much hatred out there. So that's all it is. Just like, and that's why we're sitting. You're talking about happy Sheikh and all that. All we want is just people to love Allah and His Messenger. And
be happy, of course. I think two words from you,
happy.
Sheikh. What you said in the khutbah today was beautiful about people not becoming angry with others themselves, and also just reiterate just 1-2 lines that you were saying as a caption for our audience.
Whole khutbah in the one
No,
caption.
no. It was about the anger and the hate and the love for people.
I think you just don't get angry.
Yeah. So Sheikh Haroon was saying really is to getting angry.
Because today's khutbah was just looking at some verses of the
Yes,
Quran, so it's just like difficult to pick out 1 or 2.
But I think I really like the sense he said, don't be angry with yourselves or with others, but also learn to forgive others as well. Don't hold the grudge against someone else's.
If you do have,
yes, go on, yes, please.
ألا تحبون أن يغفر الله لكم. That's it. Like when Allah tells us, first Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and then all of us, وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا. You should forgive and overlook the faults of the. Don't you want Allah to forgive you? That's the crux of the matter. Yeah. Don't you want Allah to forgive you?
And that's where we're going to leave the. Do we have Al-Taysir says today? Yes, please, Sheikh. Tell us, please. I think we've run out of time.
No, you know what? Let's begin next week with that. I'll share some things about what motivate, what inspire. And so will Sheikh Waddah.
Inshallah, we'll do. It'll be a nice
We've
topic.
got stories
Right.
to tell.
I suppose. I thought so. Yes.
To look forward to.
I think, brothers and sisters, to answer what inspired Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah to become the spiritual leaders of our community, you will have to wait till next week, next Friday, inshallah. Join us at 2 p.m. here at the AQS Media. So please go to our Facebook, like it and share it. Go to our AQS Media, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell button. Only then can you hear the inspiring story of the two great Sheikh we have here in Liverpool. We're going to finish off with the dua, inshallah.
No.
So,
طلع البدر.
Dalal Badru still?
Yeah?
Okay.
No, we can't. That's become a permanent fixture.
Of course.
Everybody, Bismillah.
Okay, Bismillah.
البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت العوالم مرحبا يا خير داع.
اللهم صل وسلم الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا انك انت التواب الرحيم. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين. ربنا تقبل منا بجاه النبي الكريم وبسر اسرار الفاتحه والى حضره النبي الفاتحه. بسم الله العالمين الرحمن الرحيم. نستعين اهدنا الصراط Inshallah, we look forward to seeing all next week, and Jazakallah khairan for all of you participating. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Just to finish off, my brothers and sisters. So who has won the prize then? It's Naseem. No. It's Naseem Adam. Has won this for the best question of the day that he has asked. You will receive that in the post, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. So please, I've got his details. He's already given me the details, mashallah. Now, so don't forget to tune in next week. Next week, this Ask the Happy Sheikh will start at 2 p.m. So please make sure you tune in on our YouTube channel as well as on our Facebook, inshallah.
Next week is Ask Sheikh al-Islam, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, of course, yeah. We have I have authorized transfer the title of Sheikh al-Islam of Abdullahquilliam to Sheikh H. There we go. We have Sheikh H. Right. Now, just before we go off the air, don't forget we have some exciting program. This Sunday is a new program by Dr. Firoz. So it's called Dr. Firoz's Power Hour. So we'll have very entertaining program for you this Sunday at 11 a.m. Please join us. But also the following Thursday, every Thursday at 6. Sheikh Waddah, would you like to introduce the Thursday program?
And don't forget, inshallah, about your favorite show, inshallah, Muslims Got Talent. Everyone below age 16, from whatever age to 16 years old, even if you're older and you want to speak, inshallah, you got a talent with the Quran, with the nasheed, with the art, anything you've got, talent or anything, Sheikh Haroon.
On my phone, eh?
Sheikh Haroon, we'll be looking forward. We try and beat Sheikh Haroon, inshallah, for Thursday, inshallah.
On my
Two phones in first. First caller gets a
no,
prize as well.
I wasn't. Oh, you mean to? Okay, yeah.
First
yeah,
caller gets a
yeah.
prize. That's what we have. We've got
Yeah.
first
That's right.
caller as a surprise. And what we're trying to do now is motivate the parents to teach their children 5 to 10 ayats per week.
Allahu Akbar.
And the parents themselves get a prize, inshallah.
Allahu
right.
Akbar.
And the
Allahu
kids,
Akbar.
inshallah.
Jazakallah khair.
It's one of the most favorite show for us. And
After this one.
after this
No,
one,
no,
yeah.
I think
In
this,
fact,
look, everyone loves.
do you know what I
Just say
call
Haroon, everyone.
Sheikh Waddah, Sheikh Haroon, you know what I call? What I call Ask the Imam is the most is the popular show, and the Muslim Got Talent is the favorite show. So the kids get the favoritism over the adults.
There's more prizes
There you
on
go.
Thursdays than
Now,
today, isn't
yeah,
it?
absolutely,
There is.
absolutely.
Mashallah.
On Thursday's program, the children get surprise prizes, right? Multiple prizes. The parents get prizes as well. You know that. So there you go. We
And
got
the
both
biggest one is the tour around Britain's first
Yeah,
mosque, which
Hey, you know, on a
winner
serious point,
wins.
Yeah, go on.
let's arrange a tour around Anfield. That can be done easily.
At this time, I suppose
No,
we
no,
can
after
do.
lockdown.
After lockdown, yeah. Why not?
Tour around Anfield for the winner, yeah.
Oh, that would be really good. We can do
A
that.
culmination.
But there
yeah.
you go. But they have to be Liverpool supporter, though,
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
they?
no, yeah, they're gonna have to convert if they're not.
I love that. Did you hear that? Sheikh Haroon said we will accept that. So if the winners on the Muslim Got Talent show will have a tour of the
Oh
Anfield.
no! I haven't got anything there, so we'd have to arrange and sort it out.
I will
To
sort
confirm.
that out, Sheikh. I will sort that
Well,
out.
he announces it, mashallah.
I will honor the request of Sheikh Haroon that on the Muslims Got Talent show, if you are one of the winners, you will have a tour around Anfield. But I suppose you'll have to convert to a Liverpool supporter
And what I'll
first.
suggest as well, you've got the contacts in there.
Yeah.
Try and arrange for them to meet Mo Salah.
We will do our very best.
I know,
on that
and people
with Mo
can,
Salah.
especially people
Okay.
can ask, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, now I've got to let my Sheikh go. That they may not appear on the next show. You know that. So we'll have to release you here. Thank you very much, Jazakumullah khairan, for all your beautiful questions and contributions. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you safe and well, and please keep us in your dua. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you, Sheikh.